With Amex Platinum,
Welcome to the Centurion Lounge.
you get access to the Centurion Lounge, so the sounds of vacation start before you get there. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex.
This episode is brought to you by United Airlines. When you want to make the most of your vacation, book with United. They're an airline that cares about your travels as much as you do. United is transforming the flying experience with Bluetooth connectivity, screens, power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to help fit everyone's bag. And with their app, you can skip the bag check line, get live updates, and more. Change the way you fly. Book your next trip today at united.com.
Hello Quizheads, welcome to Takeaway Trivia, episode number 242. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Cornwall, UK, and this is your pub quiz in a podcast. No, I haven't relocated, I'm just on holiday for a week, overlooking the beautiful Camel Estuary in North Cornwall near Rock and Padstow, and it is absolutely beautiful, but that doesn't get in the way of a good quiz. Yes, 4 rounds of trivia coming your way, and it's up to you how you play. I provide the questions, you provide the rules. Before we get started though, a few quick hellos, and John Brown is first in the inbox, who says, my fiancée Emily Jane and I have been listening to the podcast while going on long walks in the park since lockdown. It's her birthday on the 7th of November, would love a shout out. Emily Jane, happy birthday. Ben Richardson says, shout out for my beautiful fiancée, Lauren Crane. She'll be turning 28 on the 7th of November. I love her very much and hope she has an amazing birthday. Ben, thank you. Happy birthday, Lauren. Michaela wants to say hello to Elizabeth and Joel, who just had their first baby girl, Winnie. She says, I love you and miss you every day. Thank you, Michaela. And Tim says, shout out for Natalie Wilson for her 29th birthday on the 2nd of November. Finally, Toby says, shout out for my husband Jason. We've just landed in Bilbao for his birthday and our friends Ed and Fee will be joining us. Have a fantastic time. Quick dive into the corrections section, and last week I talked about Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow. Thank you to Gilly Shepherd and Craig Murray, who've both been in touch to point out it's pronounced Sauchiehall Street or Suckyhall Street. Apologies, Glaswegians. I'm ashamed. All right then, let's get cracking on this week's podcast. Coming up, a round of the Final Fling. We'll be playing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got 10 questions on Wipeout, but let's get started with general knowledge. Good luck! Are you ready for this week's general knowledge then? Question number 1. What is the surname of the family that Paddington Bear lives with? Number 1. What is the surname of the family that Paddington Bear lives with? Number 2. Crash, rise and hi-hat are all types of which musical instrument? Number 2. Crash, rise and hi-hat are all types of which musical instrument? Number 3. What is the underwater equivalent of radar? Question 3. What is the underwater equivalent of radar? Question 4. In which country would you find the Great Victoria Desert? Number 4. In which country would you find the Great Victoria Desert? Number 5. What does the Sports Channel's initials ESPN stand for? Number 5. What does the Sports Channel's initials ESPN stand for? Number 6. Who is most associated with the song 9 till 5? Question number 6. Who sang the song Working 9 to 5? Number 7. Which award has the words for valour on it? It's a British award we're looking for. Number 7. Which award has the words for valour written or engraved on it? Question number 8. Mijane Lopez has now won Olympic gold medals in Beijing, London, Rio, Tokyo, and this year Paris. but in which sport? Number 8, Mijane Lopez has now won Olympic gold medals in Beijing, London, Rio, Tokyo and Paris, but in which sport? He's the only Olympian in history to have won 5 consecutive gold medals in the same event. But what is the event? That's what I want to know. Question number 9. Which major river flows through the city of Liverpool in the UK? Number 9. Which major river flows through Liverpool? Number 10. What is the most ordered dessert in Belgium and Luxembourg in 2023? According to takeaway.com, which is the Belgian equivalent of Menulog or Just Eat, or I guess DoorDash in America. Question number 10. What was the most ordered dessert in Belgium and Luxembourg in 2023, according to data from takeaway.com? That's your 10 questions on general knowledge. Feeling confident? Is it a good start for you this week on Takeaway Trivia? The first one of November 2024. Let's find out the answers after round number 2. And round number 2, we're going to stick with general knowledge, but it's trickier because it's a wipeout round. So if you get just one answer wrong, you have to score yourself 0 for this round, I'm afraid. You can pass by leaving your answer blank, but let's delve into wipeout. Question number 1. What is measured in decibels? So number 1, what is measured in decibels? Number 2, a black bull is the badge of which car company? Number 2, a black bull is the badge of which car company? Number 3, San Miguel is the largest of which group of Portuguese-owned islands? Number 3, San Miguel is the largest of which group of Portuguese-owned islands? Number 4, which famous comedy double act made their first appearance in the 1940 film Puss Gets the Boot? Question number 4, which comedy double act made their first appearance in the 1940 film Puss Gets the Boot? Number 5, alphabetically, which day of the week comes last? Number 5, alphabetically, which day of the week comes last? Number 6, what is 40% of 20,000? Number 6, what is 40% of 20,000? Number 7, Detroit is the largest city in which US state? Number 7, Detroit is the largest city in which US state? Number 8, according to the nursery rhyme, which day's child is full of woe? So number 8, according to the nursery rhyme, which day's child is full of woe? Number 9, here in the UK, the National Lottery started in 1994. But in which year did they start doing a midweek draw on the lotto? Was it 1996 or 1997? So number 9, here in the UK, we first got the National Lottery or Lotto back in 1994, and then they added a second midweek draw in which year? 1996 or 1997? And number 10, who was the first Labour leader here in the UK to win 3 successive general elections? Number 10, who was the first leader of the Labour Party to win 3 successive general elections? So review your answers on that round. If there's one you're not too confident about, make sure you scrub it out, because otherwise you have to wipe it out. Okay, let's return to the answers to general knowledge. Question number 1. What was the surname of the family that Paddington Bear lives with? It's Brown. I can't wait to see Paddington 3. two other films are superb. Even as a grown adult, they're amazing, aren't they? Number 2, crash, rise and hi-hat are all types of which musical instrument? Cymbals. Number 3, what is the underwater equivalent of radar? That is sonar. Number 4, in which country would you find the Great Victoria Desert? Australia. Number 5, what does the sports channel ESPN stand for? Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. Number 6, who sang the song 9 to 5? Dolly Parton. 7, which award has the words for valour on it? Victoria Cross. Number 8, Majane Lopez has now won Olympic gold medals in Beijing, London, Rio, Tokyo and Paris. But in which sport? It's wrestling. Number 10, which major river flows through Liverpool? The Mersey. And number 10, what is the most ordered dessert in Belgium and Luxembourg in 2023 according to takeaway.com? Tiramisu. That's your answers to the general knowledge round. Are you ready for round 3? Well, in this round, question 1 is worth 5 points. Question 2 is worth 4 points. 3 is worth 3 points. Question 4 is for 2 points. And question 5 is worth 1 point. That is why I call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And question number 1, name 5 chess pieces. So number 1, name 5 pieces from the game of chess. Number 2, name 4 of the Indiana Jones films. Question number 2, name 4 of the Indiana Jones films. Number 3, we don't do much sport on this podcast. I know that splits opinion. Some of you ask for more. Some of you say they love that I don't do sport. It's always going to be 50-50 on that. However, let's do a sports question. So number 3, name the 3 West Ham players that played for the 1966 World Cup winning England team. So number 3, there were 3 West Ham players that played on the 1966 World Cup winning England team. Can you name them? Question number 4, what are the titles of the Church of England's 2 archbishops? We have 2 of them here in England. What are their titles? I will give you a clue, they are city names. So number 4, what are the titles of the Church of England's 2 archbishops? And number 5, false or true, Daniel Craig was once caught speeding by an officer named James Bond. So question number 5, false or true, Daniel Craig was once caught speeding by a police officer actually called James Bond. And there you go, that's your 5 questions on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't forget, question 1 is worth 5 points, so make sure you fully answered it if possible. I'm going to move on to a double set of answers after this quick break.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. Are you ready for some answers? Let's find out then. Your answers to Wipeout. Number 1, what is measured in decibels? Sound. Number 2, a black bull is the badge of which car company? Lamborghini. Number 3, San Miguel is the largest of which group of Portuguese-owned islands? The Azores. Number 4, which double act made their first appearance in the 1940 film Puss Gets the Boot? Tom and Jerry. Number 5, alphabetically, which day of the week comes last? Wednesday. Number 6, what is 40% of 20,000? It's 8,000. Number 7, Detroit is the largest city in which US state? Michigan. Number 8, according to the nursery rhyme, which day's child is full of woe? Wednesday's child. I was born on a Wednesday. Don't think I'm particularly woeful. At number 9, the National Lottery started in 1994, but in which year did the midweek lotto draw start here in the UK? 1997. And number 10, who was the first Labour leader to win 3 successive general elections? Tony Blair. Don't forget, if you've got one of those wrong, unfortunately, you have to score yourself 0 for this round. Bad luck. On the other hand, if you haven't got any wrong, just mark it as normal. You are allowed to pass by leaving that answer blank. Let's go on to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Question 1, worth a whopping 5 points. Name 5 chess pieces. You could have had pawn, knight, bishop, rook, queen, and king. Number 2, name 5 of the Indiana Jones films. You could have had Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Lost Skull, and The Dial of Destiny. 3 out of 5 ain't bad, are they? At number 3, name the 3 West Ham players that played for the 1966 World Cup winning England team. You could have had Bobby Moore, Jeff Hurst, or Martin Peters. Question number 4, what are the titles of the Church of England's 2 archbishops? Canterbury and York. And number 5, false or true, Daniel Craig was once caught speeding by an officer, a police officer, called James Bond. That would be an incredible coincidence if it was true, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, it is false. However, Sean Connery was once caught speeding by an officer called James Bond. Could you imagine him pulling it? He must have thought it was a joke, mustn't it, when he said his name? So, officer, what's your name? And the officer, I'm sure he would have said, the name's Bond, James Bond. And Connery just wouldn't have believed him, would he? Right then, let's move on to the next round, which, sadly, is our final round. But don't worry, it's a good one. 15 questions coming your way. And now we're on to the final round of this week's Takeaway Trivia. 15 more questions, and it is another dose of general knowledge, but they are slightly trickier than previous rounds. Question number 1. How old was Henry VIII when he died? Question number 1. How old was King Henry VIII when he died? Question number 2. A creature that is described as a granivore will mainly eat what? Number 2. A creature that is described as a granivore will mainly eat what? Question number 3. Eric Weiss, that's W-E-I-S-S, was better known as whom? Number 3. Eric Weiss was better known as whom? Question number 4. In what career would you take silk? Question number 4. What career would you be in, or what job would you have if you were to take silk? Question number 5. Up to 50 people would have been buried in an ancient Stone Age tomb. What name is given to such a tomb? So question number 5. What is the name given to an ancient Stone Age tomb up to which 50 people could have been buried? Number 6. In what year did Arsene Wenger become the manager of Arsenal? Number 6. In what year did Arsene Wenger become the manager at Arsenal? Number 7. What was the name of the island where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 18 years? Question 7. What was the name of the island where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 18 years? Number 8. Panama disease affects which food crop? Number 8. Panama disease affects which food crop? Number 9. In the Shakespeare play Macbeth, who kills Macbeth? Number 9. In the Shakespeare play Macbeth, who kills Macbeth? Number 10. Which London shop was founded in 1849 and used to have its slogan, "Everything for everyone, everywhere"? Question number 10. Which London store was founded in 1849 and used to have as its slogan, everything for everyone, everywhere? Number 11. Jenson Button won the World Drivers' Championship in Formula 1 only once in 2009. Who was he driving for? So question number 9. In Formula 1, Jenson Button won the World Drivers' Championship only once. This was back in 2009. Who was he driving for? Question number 12. Which is the world's busiest single runway airport? So question number 12. Which is the world's busiest single runway airport? Be careful with this one, because although it is described as a single runway airport, it does have a second runway, but current regulations don't permit it to operate as a two-runway airport. Number 13. On which African river would you find the Victoria Falls? Question number 13. On which African river would you find the Victoria Falls? Number 14. What type of wood was Pinocchio made from? Question number 14. What type of wood was Pinocchio made from? And number 15. In which year did Oasis have their first UK #1 album? Number 15. In which year did the band Oasis have their first UK #1 album? Okay, quizheads, that's your 15 questions on the Final Fling. I think that's a particularly tricky batch this week. If you've done well, a lot of respect for you. Okay, feel free to pause the podcast if you still want to finalise some answers. However, when you're ready, the answers are coming after this quick break.
Isn't the point of traveling to get away from it all? To feel the best you've ever felt? Then maybe you should check out Aruba. You'll spend your time relaxing on cool, white, sandy beaches and floating in healing blue water. You'll meet locals brimming with gratitude for an island that redefines what a paradise can be. When your trip comes to an end, you won't need another vacation because you just had the vacation. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your trip at Aruba.com.
Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. It is time to find out how you've done on the Final Fling. Number 1. How old was Henry VIII when he died? 55. Number 2. A creature that is described as a granivore will eat mainly what? Seeds. Number 3. What was Eric Weiss better known as, or who was Eric Weiss better known as? Harry Houdini. Number 4. If you have taken silk, what job do you have? You work as a barrister. I think it's the type of robe you wear. Traditionally in England especially. Number 5. Up to 50 people would have been buried in an ancient Stone Age tomb. What name was given to such a tomb? They were known as barrows. Number 6. In what year did Arsene Wenger become manager at Arsenal? That was 1996. Number 7. What name was the island where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 18 years? Robben Island. Number 8. Panama disease affects which food crop? Bananas. Number 9. In the Shakespeare play Macbeth, who kills Macbeth? Spoiler alert, it's Macduff. Number 10. Which London shop was founded in 1849 and used to have as its slogan, everything for everyone, everywhere? Harrods. Number 11. Jenson Button only won the World Drivers' Championship once in Formula 1. That was back in 2009. Who was he driving for? Brawn. Number 12. Which is the world's busiest single runway airport? I am bracing myself for messages on this one because I know that air enthusiasts and airplane enthusiasts are a passionate breed. And I say that out of respect. Obviously, as a sci-fi fan, as a fan of Star Trek, I share DNA. I love geeking out over the starships and things like that. So I know there is a lot of passion in the air industry. So hopefully I've got this right. But what is the world's busiest single runway airport? Up until 2017, it was London Gatwick Airport. However, it has been surpassed, and currently it's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport in Mumbai in India is currently the world's busiest single runway airport. Second is London Gatwick, and in third place is Humberto Delgado Airport in Lisbon, in Portugal. However, now both Mumbai and Gatwick, they are actually airports that feature a second runway, but those second runways are a lot smaller, and regulations currently don't permit them to operate as two runway airports. They are both looking at expanding, obviously. So there you go. If you said Mumbai, India, I won't try and pronounce that a second time, but Mumbai, India, that is the busiest airport currently, operating as a single runway airport. Number 13, on which African river would you find the Victoria Falls, the Zambezi? Number 14, what type of wood was Pinocchio made from? Pine. And number 15, in which year did Oasis have their first UK number one album? 1994. Okay, that is Takeaway Trivia for this week. Hope it's been a successful one for you and that you've enjoyed all the questions. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcast from so you get it delivered straight to your device every Monday. And I will leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that the biggest butterfly in the world has a wingspan of 31 centimetres? It's the Queen Alexandra's birdwing butterfly, which you can find in Papua New Guinea. Have a great week, have a safe week, and we'll quiz again soon. Take care. I hope you're enjoying Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts, so please subscribe, rate and review to help this quiz grow. Also, if there's anything you would like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Threads at Bar Wars. Finally, we're also available on YouTube, youtube.com/@takeawaytrivia. Happy quizzing! The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.